My beautiful stars, reading time. Going for this beautiful deck today. There could be quite a few beautiful universal cosmic things going on for this collective, but in this deck we've got yellow and red cards. So yellow cards, you guys, red cards, connected energies, right? So could be family, friends, love, work colleagues. Whenever I go for this deck, I'm tapping into a very divinely connected collective. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you guys. Seeing that Wings of Grace card in my mind just then. Okay, so miracle manifestation. Like I said, there's something going on right now for this collective. You would be feeling a shift internally. You would be, when we're making maybe you're renovating a few rooms in your house. When we're making room for big manifestations, we see this in our physical. So even cleansing our home is a big one, just naturally starting to cull things in our house, getting rid of the old, actually wanting to move. But as you're really starting to shift that timeline, there's a lot of different little signs you'll see, especially to do with time. Time either feels like it's on acceleration, or it feels like things are moving really slow, like you actually feel a difference when it comes to time. But a lot of the old starts dropping off, right? But this collective 73, you could be seeing that number a lot right now. 7th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 7th, dream state, especially if you're a very vivid prophetic dreamer, your dream state would be very activated right now. A whole heap of different emotions coming in and out. Also feeling very still. Sometimes those things you were really hoping for to be a manifestation, there's an emptiness to it or a deeper reflection to it, and you start to question if that's something that you even really want. Like there's just, you feel a huge shift, right? Not just in your external but internally, especially the emotion tied to the things you would have seen to be a miracle manifestation once upon a time, right? I always say the miracle manifestations normally take years to arrive. You're opening the gates of miracles right now. The impossible becomes possible. It's not impossible, it's I'm possible. Makes sense why I went for this. It's very rare I go for these first. Believe in the miracles that are about to unfold, for they are just as real as any other form of success. Stay open and they will show up in unexpected ways. And isn't it funny that I literally just said, it's like you start to think of something that you would have viewed to be as a miracle when it's about to come in, and it's kind of like an emptiness. It's like you think, how did I think that would change my life? Or why did I think that would be a miracle manifestation? Right, collective, this would make sense because you would have had this thought pattern. I always say, as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm it. So this little blurb here about they are just as real as any other form of success. You've been questioning if you even want this miracle for the right collective. Okay, so you've got someone around you that's in a prison of regret. Okay. Like we said for you guys, as you're making room for the new, you're removing the old, but people seeping in, right? And if they know it or not, because your energy is shifting, people that constantly view you, and you'd get this example with family, friend, people that are normally more permanent fixtures in your life. Even though you're feeling an emptiness and a stillness and a release and things are stuck and it's kind of that void period, that numbness, people around you will constantly ask you, are you changing? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? Oh, you're glowing. Oh, it's like they're noticing you're blossoming, if they know it or not, right? Because your energy is actually changing. You probably feel worse than ever, but everyone else around you, it's like they can feel subconsciously something. You're about to hit takeoff season, right? Now you've got someone here in the background clearly burnt bridges with you. Clearly they've done something that's really affected you, and I feel this person, I'm seeing that imprisonment card in the Kipler deck, right? It's like they're having to bear witness of this about to happen in your life, and they are full of regret. They're in a prison of regret right now. So this could be someone that unfortunately you never felt really believed in what you were trying to achieve, or never really stood by your side when it came to these things. And remember, I said miracle manifestations take years. So this collective, you've been working very hard on something for years, right? And if you've had a lot of doubters in your corner, I find people that go through a spiritual activation out of dormancy later on in life, it's that stingray energy. Everyone thinks you're crazy. They put you in the toot-toot basket, right? You've got no believers around you. But that is meant to happen because you're meant to build that stingray energy, and you guys just lock in and you go, and you don't care what anyone thinks. It's like that dark feminine just leads the way for you guys, right? And I feel you've just continuously grown and changed, and that's what humans are meant to do. If you've known someone from 10 years ago, right, there's a reason I just said 10 years, and they reappear in your life and they're no change, they're still the same person, that's an issue. We are meant to grow and change like the seasons, right? This collective, I just think whoever this person, people are that are bearing witness to this arriving for you, if you know it or not, they are constantly just seeing you grow and change, and all the slander and all the words and all the doubt, it's like it's just making them reflect on how silly they are, right? This is a big one, because you've got to remember your energy is shifting. You're a powerful divine being. You're a lighthouse. So broken people like this, they're drawn to you like honey to a bee. So as you are going through this huge transition, just really make sure you understand what is your energy and what is the energy that is accessing you, especially accessing you unseen, not making their presence clear, right? Number 62. Okay. You've got the Fortune Weaver. Oh, and you could be seeing a lot of spiders. Spiders could be appearing all webs because you're weaving a tapestry of magic, right? Not just of fortune, but of protection. That bloody timer. So you just got the Fortune Weaver, and I was saying you could be seeing a lot of spiders or webs right now. You're not just weaving a tapestry of magic, of great fortune, but also of protection, right? And this card says your small actions have been leading to big rewards. And I said it's like that turtle's journey, right? The small steps, big accomplishments, which confirms for the right collective, whatever's on its way, you've been working for a long time. I think years for this collective. Years. You've gotten to a point you don't even know if you want this anymore. It's that true surrendered state. You're meant to feel that way. Number 4, Emperor energy. Building an empire. Sorry. The clarity veil. So you, like I said, you could feel like you're coming into clarity and release. I think this collective, for the first time, you think you're seeing things so clearly, but just remember this, you're questioning if you even want these. It's more that you've released, right? It's just you've really learned the power of surrender. You're clearing the fog of indecision right now. Trust your inner knowing to find your right path. Maybe you're spending a lot of time in, this says spending time in stillness. And I said this collective, it feels still. I'm on the fence with the blurb of this because 4 and 3, Emperor, Empress energy. I more feel like intuitively from energy I'm getting from the collective, it's you feel still and more a little bit numb. You feel like you are finally coming into clarity and release, which you are, but I don't think you understand the power that's really coming. I think you're still veiled there. Does that make right, collective? That'll make sense. But you're standing in an echo of triumph. But I don't even think you know this right now. But this is saying to keep speaking positive self-talk, and this will amplify your power. So maybe intuitively you have been really affirming yourself more lately, or, you know, doing a lot of mirror work. Or if not, they're saying right now, keep amplifying yourself. Keep speaking greatness into yourself. I always tell you guys to do this stuff daily anyway, especially if you've got people seeping in that are in a prison of regret and self-doubt and lack of confidence, that's going to be affecting your energy. So these are beautiful. Normally when I get these, we have a lot of heavy red connected energy. We've just got one here that is in complete agony, watching you grow and succeed. Let's get one more for this prison of regret. Oh, they've tried to disrupt you for a long time. So this person, there's a reason I said 10 years before. It doesn't have to be 10 years, but I think this person has been around since more the start of your activation and your growth, because everything I say is for a reason. I think this person has had to bear witness of your growth and change, as they have not been growing and changing, right? But this person's tried to disrupt you. They've tried to control you, if they knew it or not, through decisions and actions. But now they're starting to realize, and this is probably where their prison of regret is, their control was always an illusion. They thought they were in control of this dynamic with you, or whatever the case may be. Now their regret is, why, kind of I'm hearing, why did I play these games for so long? What I thought to be real here, it was just an illusion. This person could actually be, you could have memories of them being quite controlling. Number 44 and 43. They were distracted by false control. So this person thought they knew what was going on. They never did. But this is what they're starting to regret. You've shattered their plans into pieces. So that means this collective, for the right collective, whoever this person is, you've done something of recent that's shattered whatever they had put into place in your dynamic here, right? And now they're starting to realize, I was never seeing this properly. And now they're in a prison of regret. Isn't it funny, right? I went to confirm them, and remember I said, yellow, you, red, them. They didn't even get a positive yellow card here, so they're still very heavily in their shadow energy. Where I always say, anyone that's connected to you in any form of way, they have power within them. People that are tied to any form of divine being, your ancestral team, they give people wake-up calls, strong enough karma to be able to break them free from the veil of the 85%. Right? So people, and it's unfortunate because you guys are like literally, you know what I'm saying? You know those mosquito lamps that they just zap, zap, zap? That's like you guys. You are literally just like this big fat glowworm for broken people, because unfortunate, and you guys are strong enough to deal with it, blood of fire and steel. You guys can kind of be those emotional punching bags for broken people, but your ancestral team will always spin that karmic wheel powerfully enough to make these people's lives crumble. Because I always talk about that 2-year karmic cycle. Our life gets harder and harder and harder when we're not changing. Remember that deviation about we should forever be changing, like the seasons, right? Your team is so powerful that people like this that choose not to change, as their karmic wheel keeps spinning, your team can give them a big enough wake-up call to start activating and to start changing. Remember, I say to you guys, the reason you activate at a later age out of dormancy, your poor little vessel can't take any more trauma, you fuse out. That's the accumulated trauma through life, right? Those 2-year karmic cycles. You guys, without you even intentionally doing it, just your spirit team that stands behind you gives these kinds of people enough lessons to start accumulating in that trauma bank, right? Where this person right now, let's get one more, they could be starting to break out of their this is good, the reflection of this, but oh, it was wanting to come out. The wind of change. Did you see that flip in my hand? Maybe it really is their time for their winds of change. 32. They're harnessing the winds of transformation. Change is on the horizon. Maybe. As we just were speaking that was pretty powerful. That was magic. Would have been good if that clarity veil was more over them. The sacred balance, so justice is, as we were talking about the karmic Phoenix rising. Oh my God, that is everything we say, magic. There is something that this person, unfortunately, the way they've tried to disrupt, the way they've tried to control the dynamic with you, right? Whatever's transitions happen here, and this is clearly why you're now manifesting a miracle, and this is making more sense. You've accelerated this person into a Phoenix period, right? Again, shows how powerful you are. Shows how powerful your energy is. This person's going through they're embracing their transformation. Their rebirth is near. That's not bad, my angels. Not bad at all. So you've clearly stood in power here. Okay, let's just get a couple more and then we'll really break this energy down into detail. The sacred fire of the heart, igniting the flame of transformation. That's nice. Oh my God, and the heart's compass here. Let your heart lead the way right now. Okay, so there's a glimmer of hope coming. Why is this making me feel like a love dynamic now? Things are about to be illuminated from the dark. In these moments of uncertainty, a glimmer of hope is going to come your way. Heart's compass with the sacred flame of the heart. 5731. Let's get one more for this. I'm not going to lie, I was feeling some family members and stuff in this, but reading, it could be a couple people that you're accelerating some deep form of transformation with. Because then seeing this, I was feeling that could be love. Through the veil of deception. So you got the veil of clarity, veil of deception. Your heart right now, there's something here. I don't think you've had this glimmer of hope right now. There's a veil of deception over your heart. And let's be real, if this is the heart space, of course you're going to feel this was always deception. Look at the person they were, right? So their true intentions are hidden. The falsehoods will be revealed. So there's something powerful going on here, especially when it comes to the heart, that right now you can't see that. And when I was reading this clarity veil, I was saying there's something, I don't completely agree with that blurb, right? There is something here, you're going to get activated a glimmer of hope soon. But I do also, and I'm going to stick to it, I feel there's something tied here to a certain family member or a long-term, like a friend that's known you before you really went through your transformation. And I always say lessons are very funny. And if you have people that are actually in your physical right now, family, friend, more longer term people, that you are starting to actually bear witness, wow, they're changing a little bit. They're starting to view the world differently. Maybe they're asking you more questions. Maybe they're this. It's like the universe is trying to show you how powerful your frequency is. When you're around certain people, you just naturally, that energy oozes out of you. It rubs off on them. You activate people without even trying, right? It's like they're trying to show you the power of your energy, because I believe there's something for this collective when it comes to your heart space that you've lost hope in. You don't know what's going on in the background, but they're trying to show you in the physical with someone else how powerful your energy is when you stand up and you really put up boundaries, or you just stand in your authentic truth. Don't make it fit. It's funny how the universe works. Just because you can't see the things that aren't happening in the rooms you're not in, they try and show you with the rooms you are in, right? That's an important detail. So if you're not bearing witness to someone going through a transformation that is around you, or has been around you for a long time, this isn't your reading. This is an important detail here. You're manifesting your grandest vision right now. Okay, let's break this down. Okay, first I just want to get Universal deck. I just want to see and confirm what doors are opening. Then I want to see your tarot and what you think is going on, because that beautiful energy, I don't think this collective, you're aligning to that right now. And then we will get connected heart space energy here. Okay, so universe, what are you welcoming for this collective? Divine timing's at play, trusting in divine timing. So remember the echo of triumph, your inner confidence, your inner knowing. Your next chapter needs a lot of confidence here. You've got the white wolf. If you've been feeling more confident, again, there would be something, you're standing in your power at the moment. Confidence, guidance, trusting your inner knowing, soaring in your freedom, believing in your power through your resilience and stamina. 7 being your first card. That could be an important number, life path number. You're seeing a lot of 777. The only other card that's up here is the allow, trusting in divine timing. And we had a part saying this collective, what you're going through, it's actually just true surrender. You've released the attachment of result, right? So you're in your prime element. Source's energy is running through you. You've got a soul spark. You're timeless. You have a binding force, a life force that is, I'm seeing that divine shield card right now. I believe it. I believe it. You just got ahead of the pack. I believe it. This collective, there is something here. You're about to dominate. Finish first. 15th of July could be important. Successful. Competition. Well, I always say where there's power like this in your home, so you are learning boundaries, because that's what's got these people in a prison of regret, right? You're learning your inner confidence to stand up for yourself. But you've got the geese here as well. This is the door that's opening for you. This is a card of moving and relocating, and you've got the house here. This could be on the cards for you and you might not even know it, or maybe you do know it, but you could be relocating soon. But a sense of belonging is on its way. You're about to put in roots, something to do with your family, which I was hearing, but also maybe starting a family as well. I'm hearing both. The right framework and structure, boundaries, you're really starting to create the right energy around you to create this energy, right? You're on a quest, but relocation. But you know where you're going. You've been becoming very dependable, very faithful. 14th of the 4th. It could be important date here as well. You've got a big top row. Fierce and so maybe there's some things unpredictable that are going to reignite that glimmer of hope. Something that you've needed to learn assertiveness with, boundaries with. But there's a fearless energy that maybe you're already starting to embody. Like I said, you're releasing attachment to results. So I don't think you have fear bound to the things that are on its way to you, which is beautiful because it means you're not in scarcity. But there's something fierce coming in here and unpredictably. That's good. I think we all deserve surprises. I don't believe people that say, I don't like surprises. That's rubbish. Who doesn't like a surprise? Bloody timer. The eagle came out. And I said, you could be seeing a lot of eagles, but bird of truth, you're born to challenge the status quo. That's why you have your rare energy. Opportunities that will reawaken lost hope, new hope on the horizon, that glimmer of hope that's coming. That is going to create longevity, something you're really proud of. But you have a clear vision, right? Kind of. Watch from the beginning. But your past, present, future are about to unite here. This is a very big top row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And your first 7's an important number here. Okay, let's clarify. I wasn't expecting that with the confidence one. So maybe this is your first row, right? So confidence, guidance, but you need to trust your inner knowing. You need to believe in your power and who you are. You got the birds card here. Communication, but through someone that's been nervous and flighty. Okay, making contact, text or call. But this, you do need confidence here. I want one more for that. 12th of the 7th, 7th of the 12th could be. No way. You got the reconciliation card. So this person, maybe this is why they contact you, wanting reconciliation, to be open, express warmth, gratitude, and love for you, wanting to harmonize. You got the reconciliation card. I'm not going to lie, I was feeling that would be more something business, but I guess that's this head of the pack. So that's your first row. We could feel your heart space in that first deck, but I'm going to be honest, I wasn't expecting a reconciliation for this collective just yet, but I will break that down in detail. Okay, trusting in divine timing, but that could be your energy. I always say we pick up your energy. Maybe you just don't think it's time. Again, you've released something that you thought you really wanted for a long time. Oh, whoa. So this is underneath your soul energy, your soul spark. Maybe because I keep going back to that, what we were talking about with the manifesting a miracle and how you've just released it, right? You've got to remember the divine's activated this energy through you right now. So if for a long time this reconciliation was stress, worry, anxiety, nagging, fear, because remember a big part is how you've released your fear of attachment, of result, right? Maybe you're questioning where this is coming from. Maybe you're like, why have I just released this? Why do I not want this anymore? Why do I feel silly for seeing this as a miracle for so long? Why do I watch from the beginning? This white wolf and divine, it's that fairy dust. You know, I say some nights you go to sleep, right? And it's like you wake up in the morning and Tinkerbell's just come and sprinkled her dust on you, and you just have a completely different outlook on things, or you've got motivation to do certain, like you just get this soul spark out of nowhere, right? Where this collective, this divine release has not come out of nowhere. Because that first part, you've done something to shake up that foundation. You've got people in a prison of regret because of your boundaries, of your framework, of your structure, of releasing fear, of you've clearly done something because you chose you, right? So you might think you haven't really done anything here, but the cosmos wouldn't have activated this in you if you didn't pass some form of release yourself first. They meet you halfway. They give you the inspired action, right? To listen and trust them, right? Not cancel out your intuition and fall short to your overthinking mind. But you have to meet them halfway. This collective, you clearly chose to trust and believe in you to break someone's games and watch from the beginning. This didn't just come out of nowhere. You got the ball rolling. But this collective, you clearly think, why has this all just disappeared? The divine has given you a bit of acceleration of release. But again, you met them halfway. This head of the pack, you've got something about to boom because this is underneath the wheel. So you would be completely underneath the wheel right now. You're finally, I always say our timeline's there, it's what we sign off, but it's through free will that we prolong our timeline because our decisions can deviate us off our path, right? Deviate us off our path. And when we're that far off our path, sometimes divine intervention needs to kick in, and that's when some can happen to realign us again, those tower moments, right? So this head of the pack, you've got the wheel here. So you've got divine timing and the divine with everything you've been stressing about, finally releasing it for you because you met them halfway. It didn't just fall on your lap. But fate, karma, cycles, forces of the universe for your destiny right now, you're about to get what you deserve. Head of the pack. That's a big row. That's what I felt this first row should have been, right? But your first row is some form of reconciliation with love. Oh my God, and now so this is where you've needed to work on structure, framework, boundaries, right? Because of you've got two about making contact, right? So you're about to have another one, communication, making contact. But you need to have strength in it, right? This is underneath the framework. So 27th of July is clearly important. We've got a few July dates here. One more for that. And finance. So it's love and finances they're opening the door with for you. This is about big. And maybe this is why and it could be something to do, because I said it could be moving, but you don't know it. It could be making contact to do as well with something about moving, relocation, resources, finance, prosperous, large quantities. I don't think this collective, you want a lavish lifestyle, but maybe you've always just you've envisioned, buying a property on the land and living off the land. Like, I feel there's something coming for you that is going to really be able to put those plans, those stepping stones into place, right? It's good. The geese. Justice is at play. Your purple curtain. Life lessons, Libra, you could be a Libra. So because you've been moving with integrity and staying in your own lane, and you've been balanced and working through your purple curtain. I always say the purple curtain bound to that justice, good and bad karma from not just this life, life after life after life. We're clearing karmic debris. You've always believed in your path. You've been dependable on your journey. You've been clearing and sweeping it away. I feel your purple curtains being activated in a very positive way right now. Let's get one more for this. This says within the next 1 to 2 weeks. You got the tree. Your past lives are evolving, clearing the karmic debris. Grounded fertility, lineage, health, vitality, personal growth, setting the right roots down, past lives evolving, and past life connections, because you've been clearing so well your connection to source. So again, through this journey and clearing your karmic debris, you've always been faithful, dependable, knowing where you were going. It says leaving no one behind. 5th of the 7th, 7th of the 5th. It's nice. Oh my God, and underneath this, what's coming unpredictably, you got the star. Miracle. So something's going to come in fierce and unpredictable from the universe. Star's a miracle card for me. So Libra, Aquarius, they could be important signs. So you've got within the next 1 to 2 weeks and then 2 to 4 weeks. So this month and month of January is big for this collective. But like I said, who doesn't like surprises? This is going to be a good surprise, right? But you've needed to learn your assertiveness, your boundary. Like you've needed to learn you needed to learn a lot to open up to the, I don't want to say frequency, but of this manifestation, this glowing thread. Watch from the beginning, right? So you've clearly done that. But this card here is another card of assertiveness. That's something you've really had to learn, this collective. You got the snowflake. Handle yourself carefully with what's coming. And there could be some situations that are coming that you need to handle carefully and gently as well. But it's going to be perfect, but it needs to be handled carefully. You need to be gentle. There could be some fragile situations that just need a little bit of this eagle vision with. Okay. 19th of the 9th, 919, you could be seeing a lot of. One more. Your new story, your new cycle. I always say this little fool, he's the beginning of the journey in tarot. And the first thing I saw was you going off on your journey again, but major opportunities. You're going to have to jump in, just do it, embrace the unknown. You're a rebel without a cause. Another 9. And you would be seeing a lot of 999 because you're closing out a chapter and starting anew. Okay, last 2. Witchy poo, of course you are. You've alchemized, transmute. Watch from the beginning. You definitely are. Through all your endings, you've alchemized through the pain. You've transmuted. Those two together, look at the life you've created because of pain. Blood of fire and steel. You divine, beautiful divine beings. You're forged through fire. You're forged through pain. Not many people can get to this point in such a beautiful, centered heart. Like, look at through your karmic debris, through your pain, through your clearing, through the removal. You've had the geese energy and the tree energy over you the whole time. Your life hasn't hardened your heart, it's opened your heart. People that normally go through pain and fight, they harden themselves. They become mean, they become cold. You never did. And that may not seem like anything for you because that's who you are at the core. You may just think, that's not much. No, don't overgeneralize. People don't think like you think, right? I say this when you guys reflect on people's decisions and actions. You can't think someone should move like you, right? This collective, to get through this purple curtain in life, that's tough. Very tough. But look at how you did it. And remember, right at the beginning, I was seeing wings of grace. You've just done it so gracefully. You alchemized the whole way. You turned your pain into power, right? And that's why you're about to step into the life you're about to step into. You're ready. Let's get one more for these. Emperor. But you would have such powerful duality. You would have the power of that yin, that feminine, and that masculine. No one can get through this kind of stuff without the power of both, right? So, yes, if we're going surface level, because we've got this reconciliation here. Yes, through a painful ending with a connected energy, it's transmuted, transformed. Watch from the beginning, right? We're tapping into that soon. But I feel this is more you. I don't think you realize how strong you are as a person, because again, this path crumbles so many, right? Even crumbles people that have been activated. So be proud of yourself. But you've learnt to thrive in the stability your soul's always craved for. Unfortunately, growing up, you would have thrived in chaos. You've learnt to put structure. You've learnt to stand in authority and assertiveness and boundaries. There's a lot that you've embodied with this, and this is why this is unfolding now, because you're actually oozing this out of you. Your strength, right? You ain't a doormat. You've got strength. This collective, clearly, one of your biggest lessons, as silly as it sounds, was your stingray energy, your assertiveness, to understand your value, understand who you really are, understand who should be around you, who should not be around you. And those people that should not be around you, don't keep them there because of fear or need of external attachment or companionship. Oh, but they're my family, or they're this, or that. No, people that are undervaluing you should not be near you, right? And I always say family, biggest karmic lessons of them all, right? But this collective, you aren't just bound to sticky situations now because of fear of attachment of result. You've let go of the scarcity. You've really learnt your connection, powerful connection to source. Talk about it all the time. This collective, you've surrendered your plan. And now that they're trying to unfold your plan, part one, you're like, how did I even see that as a miracle? What's wrong with me? Watch from the beginning, right? And it's funny because this journey, and I always say this is why you guys need periodic assessment. I think this is probably your biggest expansion of the soul to date, and you don't even feel like you're expanding. You probably feel you're losing your magic. You're not. You're just finding the true meaning of this journey. Center. Stillness. It's really nice. Okay, before we get into connected energy, this is clearly an important road for this collective. I just want to quickly see how you're viewing your life right now, because I just have a feeling the right collective, the things we've been talking about, it's kind of that energy. You've been to hell and back, I wouldn't even know it. Like, you don't feel any different. I don't think this collective, you even feel any different. It's like, if anything, you feel probably you're on the hamster wheel. There would be little things. But not when we were explaining that miracle manifestation coming in. But not things enough to actually make you think your whole life's about to change, right? So let's just confirm what you guys are going through, and then we will get this connected energy for you guys. Okay, your main focus right now. Oh, is that still that bloody timer? Oh. It's not a good card, my angels. Okay, I knew I needed to get these. So, part one, I'm seeing this, I'm staring at that person in a prison of regret that has unfortunately played games, tried to control the situation. Watch the whole thing, right? Remember who you are, though, this collective. There is a reason I got those other parts before this. There's a reason everything happens in a reading, and I think you were meant to hear those things we were saying, especially that justice with the... I'm seeing these, I'm reflecting now on that justice curtain, the geese, and the tree of life, right? Who you truly are at the soul. Because, yes, you've got some, unfortunately, sad, like, that's some heavy energy. This should not be your outlook. Remember who you are, right? I always say there's 5% of this population that are truly connected to up above. We've got our light warriors, our star seeds, we've got our earth angels, then we've got our divines, right? Our true divine collective, right? You guys aren't meant to think like the rest of this world. You guys are like the guardians of the tree of life. You're those little cherubs, the little love angels, right? This is terrible. This outlook, you're better than that. We talk about breaking free from the belief system. What over 85% of the population is shackled to. You were meant to watch those other cards first to remember who you truly are, right? So right now, this collective, your focus, there's in your life that is full of vain, they're conceited, they're self-centered, they're a failure, they're a disgrace, they're a narcissist, they're a follower, they're stuck in their ego. Maybe you think they're like, because I'm asking what your focus is. I don't think you think you're that, right? You could be questioning, thinking, am I in a bit of victim mentality? Is there this bit of Nine of Swords could be you, but I have a feeling this collective, you hope that this person is in Nine of Swords over their behavior, not the victim mentality, but that they're in fear over it. You've got to remember, you've got people in a prison of regret. So if when I read that, your little heart smiled, you need some reflection. Be honest with yourself, this collective. Remember who you are. Do I think you're in anxiety, fear? No, this is what the universe is releasing for you, right? But it doesn't mean because you're getting a sense of peace, you should be seeing someone like this to release them. We talk about this all the time. You don't need to release someone with negativity. Look at that row, the geese, the tree of life, and the justice curtain. Remember who you are. Who you are. And then you get these little know-it-alls in the comments which clearly not divine. Oh, but they are like that. Oh, but they are a narcissist. Oh, but they are. Don't watch. It's not for you. Why do people leave unnecessary comments? Like, you could literally not pay me enough. There could not be $1 amount that would make me go into someone's comment section and comment nasty or irrelevant or just weird stuff. Like, I have to say it. How do people have enough time in their day to sit there and be like, la, 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 la? It's really weird. And it's funny this spice is coming out of me right now because clearly people like that shouldn't even be a waste. It's a waste of time even thinking about. But the fact that little bit of spice just came out of me and that judgment, this collective... Are we seeing a situation right? Just saying, because that just came out of nowhere. This is good, and you should be focusing on this. Let's not focus on this. Let's focus on your Ace of Pentacles. There is a part of this collective. Let's take this foundation. You can feel something brewing, right? But I always say this Ace of Pentacles, it takes years to ground. We get that inspired action, that intuition, that if we just keep going, we just keep puttering, we will get to the top of that Mount Everest. And when we finally get to the top and it grounds, we're going to be touched from the heavens. This is another miracle card for me. So I do think there's something brewing in you about your Ace of Pentacles path. Has it grounded? No. Now, let's go surface level, right? Because I'm hearing this for a reason. Don't make a fit. This collective, you're seeing someone like this. You've got a reconciliation brewing, right? I feel it's more you hope they feel regret for their behavior. But then you still want a flourishing offer from them. Make it make sense. So if you're holding on to anger and behavior, which they're phoenixing over, watch from part 1... and you are truly divinely connected and threaded and you're not believing in their growth, right? Don't even think about it. Let it be. How could you want an Ace of Pentacles offer, but then you still see them like this? Your energy is not even aligned to what you... Do you know what I'm trying to say? Okay. Ah, not good. You're in a little bit of so the missed opportunity. There are still parts of you, I think, that you see this as a missed opportunity, but there is a reluctancy over you. I think this is more this love dynamic. You could be feeling a bit of a missed opportunity when it comes to your foundation. Like I said, what's coming for you, I don't think you can really feel it's coming for you. Maybe you're focusing on the wrong things right now. Cosmic trigger. So the last 3 months, the cosmos have been at play in your life, and the next 3 months, they are revealing the right subconscious in your mind, new emotional cycle, seeing things clearly, divine aid through certain endings that needed to end, breaking cycles, right? So the cosmos, they're playing in your energy. Makes sense. Watch from the beginning. So you, 4 of Cups, focusing on those 3 cups. You shouldn't, while the universe is trying to give you that grand cup from the heavens above, right? So again, there's a reason for everything in the reading, and there's a reason the reading's coming out this way. So hopefully getting to this part, you see from the other decks, you're not seeing a situation correctly, right? And you could be thinking, let's go very surface level, right? But you're finally releasing fear and anxiety, the right collective. But if it is thinking about this dynamic, they're withholding. They want to, but they're withholding, right? Intuitively, you can feel what's going on, but because you're not getting the movement, they're just a da, right? You can feel they're in a prison of regret. They are. They're going through a phoenix period right now. Again, watch from the beginning. That timer. So underneath this 6 of Wands in reverse, right? So there was a cosmic trigger here. So November's full moon, this full moon, or January's full moon, there was an emotional awareness here. There was, I'm not going to say I feel it's come, right? Happen. Emotional awareness. There was a climax to move on, right? Cosmic trigger, because cycles needed to be broken, especially if their behavior is this. And look at how they presented in the first part. It needed to be broken. A cycle completion happened here. Do you feel it? No, cosmic triggers, they don't feel like blessings when they feel like a storm, right? We talk about this all the time. To break them into their emperor. And look what came out with that other part. And I said, now, if we're looking at it surface level, this ending is creating their emperor. Transmute, again, watch from the beginning. They needed to break. So stop binding them to this emotion. Stop. Everyone can change if they want to change. Pure divine beings, you're going to change if you want to or not, right? You just need that trauma build-up fuse out. We were speaking about it at the start. You've got to let go of this collective. You've got to let go of it. Remember we were talking about you guys when you first activated and everyone put you in the toot-toot basket and no one believed that you could grow, change and do the things you wanted to do, but you did. Remember Wings of Grace. There's a reason this reading is coming out in this order for this specific collective. Whatever happened here, it's activating their Emperor energy. Okay? Get out of this viewing this person this way. It's not serving you or them. Okay, so this 9 of Swords, you got 7 of Coins. I'm hearing a couple because this is about perseverance. It's about germination. It's about planting seeds and persevering and going through the 8, 9, 10 pentacles to make them blossom, right? Really prepares us for harvest season, but it takes work. So I feel there's a bit of this collective. There could be something you're questioning, again, not seeing it right, when it comes to your own path, about long-term investments, harvest season, ripening, things coming to fruition through your patience because it's knocking at your door. 2, I do think that there's fear with this, Remember, you're questioning what you once thought to be miracles and what you once thought you wanted to achieve, because you're actually releasing the need of external attachment, right? Which is a beautiful thing. So there's a bit of a mixed bag with this one. I think you question a bit about your own path, and then you're questioning this person and how their emotion is tied to this. But let it be, you're viewing them, you're seeing them as a bit of a victim, but you're in, I don't want to say in a victim lens, but there's something you're not seeing clearly either, because you're not meant to, right? Not right now. Okay, so it is the offer. It's the offer. That one, oh, you see them like this, but then you want a flourishing offer, right? They're emotionally balanced, their heart's going to be centered, understanding, they're going to be self-aware. Well, hold on to that. Hold on to that. Or let go of both. There's still a part of your soul that believes this, but then you switch straight back into, oh no, but they're a narcissist, they're this, they're that, right? Not good. And as well, side note, because this can be about meeting someone new. It can be. Maybe you've recently met someone new that does tick all these boxes. You're a spiritual being. He is, all of our cup suits, they're psychics. They have an intuitive connection to up above, right? So you could have met someone new here as well, helping you see things a bit clearer here. I heard that specifically. That could be, not for all of you though, but I do, the fact that it came in a bit after that first deviation. Okay, Queen. Actually, think that's a good approach. You can see that in your first part. There's something about your logic. I always say spirituality, it's a balance. It needs to have a balance of logic and emotion, right? When you guys first activate, we're all woo-woo, fairy, needs to be nicely balanced, right? Spirituality and practicality. The sad thing is, though, because you've got a Queen of Swords lens, you could think a Queen of Swords, if we're going surface level, in your life has created missed opportunities, some form of air sign, right? That could be a thing you're focusing on. But two, I think you're seeing your Four of Cups were a bit blinded, same with Five of Cups. In a Queen of Swords approach, you're seeing the truth to the situation, the this, the that. There is something you're not seeing, right, with your Four of Cups. Watch from part 1. Again, there is a reason we're reading it in this order. Like the decks we've read. Okay. So, this cosmic trigger was always for you. Huge, biggest theme here. Boundaries, standing up for yourself, learning assertiveness. To make a stand. To not back down. To choose you. And again, remember I said that might feel like something so irrelevant. People struggle with that their whole life. Unless you struggle with that, you don't get it. You stay with people for the wrong reasons because you fear of abandonment. You stay in shit jobs because you're worried about paying bills. You stay in people that don't know how to make a stand and value themselves and stand in self-respect and self-worth, especially on this divine journey, because you guys put a label on it. You make yourself a doormat with all their bad, oh, but they're my twin flame. To really learn to surrender it all, choose you, choose to trust up above, literally choose your spirit team, the people you cannot see, your unicorn energy over you and your overthinking mind, to literally make a stand and say no. No matter how much I love this, that, I'm choosing me. I'm choosing my creator's plan that I cannot see. That is hard, right? Your cosmic trigger, which we explained in that part, was literally that. You needed to make a stand because clearly look at how this person presents in your life, right? First part, prison of regret, trying to control you, trying to disrupt your life, You needed to. But it was all cosmically aligned. And you can't see that right now because you're stuck in the belief system you've been trying to break free from for so long. Watch from the beginning. So this Queen of Swords over your Four of Cups you're not seeing properly. Again, I always say the right reading will find you at the right time. everything I say, always say, is for a reason. The order we read things is for a reason. It makes so much sense for this collective, because if we probably read this first, you wouldn't have stayed around for the magic of those other two decks. It wouldn't have aligned properly for you, because you would be coming into this with that Queen of Swords lens, right? To hear those other parts first, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cleanse out. Now this collective, until you are at a point, because there's something going on that you're going through a beautiful release. I'm being called to really tap into this connected energy, because your first row is reconciliation. But if your soul is telling you, you don't need to see, you don't need to watch, you don't watch it. There's a reason I'm saying this for this collective, right? I will put it up. I'm being called to, but I'm also being called to say, if you don't want to see that and you don't feel like you need to come outside of yourself to see that, don't watch it. Maybe save it, maybe come back and watch it when you're feeling a bit triggered, or there's something that comes over you. But again, there's a reason I'm being called to say this. So I'm going to cleanse, and then for you guys, it'll be 1 second, not even. Okay, so we're going to tap into, first I just want to see their perspective on everything. Now you've got to remember, this person, prison of guilt over, unfortunately, how were under the illusion they had control of this situation. Anyway, they're just going through that phoenix rising now, right? So I just don't think their perspective's going to be the best, but anyway, let's just confirm everything. I think they're going to be really hard on themselves, to be honest. Okay, so all right, let's get one more. Okay, so we've got 9 of Wands in reverse, Magician, Hermit in reverse, Eight of Coins in reverse. Now, you've got to remember first how you are shining right now. And I do think that this person is extremely overwhelmed. And at the moment, the one positive card is this, and unfortunately for this collective, I do think this person always just viewed you as kind of that end stop, and that you guys, I really do think this person was seeing you as a manifestation of theirs, right? You've got to remember, your very first leading card is you're manifesting miracles. Does that excuse, unfortunately, the person that they were and how they've really affected your energy and the things they've done here? No, it doesn't. But this person clearly needed to evolve in life, right? Because of whatever's happened here, this person is literally, they're paralyzed in fear right now. They're full of paranoia. They're going through isolation. They really feel they've lost their power here. They've lost their control over the situation. So right now, they are thinking this is out of control. They are thinking, should I try another approach here? But is it even worth it right now? They're so overwhelmed by it all because you've literally broken through their mask, right? I think this is more them reflecting on their life. Yes, they could be reflecting on your repetitive cycles and how it's just, it never gets to the point that you guys are on the same page. But I think because of how this collective, you're truly shining, they're realizing they're not delivering in life. They're not where they want to be financially. I just don't think this person's proud of themselves, right? So it adds to the paranoia. It adds to the powerlessness. This person is literally paralyzed in fear. They're in a prison of regret, right? I knew tapping into their perspective, it wasn't going to be great because I feel this collective, it's like you have this divine protection over you right now, and the stagnation and the stuck energy they're feeling, they need to, because they need to go through that phoenix. That doesn't just shift overnight. So this fear and this, and I'm this and I'm that, and oh my God, what have I done? And this is all coming from up above. But this poor collective, you're looking at it like, this, and again, don't overgeneralize people. People don't think like you. If you would hurt someone like this and you really care, you would be there trying to fix it. This person's not at that emotional level just yet. So them not coming through trying to fix whatever they've done, it's just making you feel more like, I've been crazy. Why did I ever think that this was this? Why did I ever think that that was that? Look at what they're sitting in. Paralyzed in fear, paranoia. People that are feeling that way, of course, they're going to try and find every single avenue to validate why they shouldn't move, right? And this is why it's so important for you and you guys to focus on the greatness and the things that you are achieving and releasing the negativity yourself, right? Let's confirm. So this, as we said, a cosmic trigger. So this Nine of Wands in reverse, over the next 3 to 4 weeks, they're reevaluating everything. And this could have started 3 to 4 weeks ago, right? They're starting to get a new perspective. But I feel, do they know they need to have patience and this and that? No, it's coming from up above. They need to sit in their behavior. They need to, it's kind of, this is going to sound silly. Their karma is literally you. Like, it's not even they need to go through this and that and tower. Their karma is to sit in their behavior and their self-reflection, right? So the pain of whatever's happened here, you may not be seeing what it's doing to this person, but cosmically it's changing the approach, right? Judgment at the bottom. It's making them reevaluate the right way. Magician. Another cosmic trigger. So I was more seeing this, right? And Magician, that makes sense too. Let's take the manifestation out of that Magician, the creator of universal magic. He's full of willpower, action, mental discipline. He's just got this drive to succeed, right? So let's take it to the core qualities that makes him a magician. In the next few, this person's going to let go of control. And this collective and feminine energy, you don't need to be female, but on this divine journey, whoever's in that feminine energy, you lead the way. What are you guys going through right now? Leading the way in your thread, letting go of fear, letting go of attachment to the result, right? Watch the whole thing. So you're leading the way without you even knowing, which is activating this cosmic trigger of letting go of control, surrendering to their true power and realizing, I want to celebrate the light. I want to have good in my life, right? So again, they're so cosmically bound right now. So are you, this collective. So in their physical human brain, they think they're going through X, Y, and Z. This is being cosmically activated, right? Same with you guys. What's going on through you? Cosmically activated. Paralyzed in fear. Powerlessness. Oh, because of their unbending, lack of integrity, the way they tried to control this situation. So they're in reflection, they know. The first 3 cards, trying to control you through illusion, right? How they've been cold here, unbending, drunk on power, feeling they had power over this dynamic. This person's starting to feel embarrassed because they literally, to them, they're looking at this whole situation like they never saw it properly. This person, in a really odd way, felt like they had you hook and sinker, right? It's like as soon as they were ready, you would be there like, yeah! This is what this person's like, how did I... Like, they're feeling delusional, right? So, again, at least they're in deep reflection of their behavior. 8 of Coins in reverse. Oh, silly. Okay, so how they weren't they were missing the red flags here. This Knight of Swords, he moves so quickly. He just wants to get to his end stop. He doesn't notice the red flags, internal behavior, right? He can come in so rapidly that he can create an extreme high, but then straight to a rapid low. He reminds me of just a roller coaster because of his behavior, right? He moves from impulse, does not think. And this person, and I feel that's kind of been the dynamic here. Every time they've come through, you got to remember the repetitive cycles, not delivering, right? Let's go to behavior for you in this dynamic. They never, ever notice nothing but what they wanted, right? Dog with a bone. They would come in rapidly, wouldn't think about it, create this big thing, and then literally roller coaster every single time. Same with their finances. I think this person takes shortcuts. I think this person has never really activated the power of the magician to succeed. The determination, the perseverance, the mental discipline, the willpower to just keep going. I feel this person, just in all areas of their life, they just want things quickly and they want things their way, right? They don't notice the things that are telling them no. One, I feel this literally says coming and going, impulsive, impatient. Two, it says daring but blunt. I just think this is all areas of their life they don't move properly. So they're not just in reflection of this dynamic, but also how their emotion creates just literally repetitive rubbish in their life. And I always say it's the first part of self-discovery, self-awareness, then your actions and emotions, decisions repeat the same things. Our behavior, not blaming everybody else, but understanding it's me. It's how I move through life. And that's what this person is finally going through, and they're trapped in that prison of regret because of it, right? But remember, they've got a phoenix over the top right now, which is beautiful. Okay, that's their perspective on this situation. I just want to see how they're seeing you as a person quickly. Let's just get, okay, so you have a strength. They're seeing you more in that, it's not about being a king, a man, the energy of this card, right? But you could be a male or a tower. Wow, that doesn't surprise me. So this collective, you did create a tower for them. Watch from part 1. Okay, so right now their view on you, and it makes sense. They're paralyzed in fear, they're overwhelmed, they're expecting the worst. They think that you're flippant here, you have nothing to say to them, that you're going to leave them with unanswered questions, right? They still have hope, though, that I think as a person, they see you as emotionally balanced, very highly in tune, very charismatic. You're normally very warm-hearted, very accepting, right? You're someone that is very emotionally open and stable, right? But because of whatever tower has happened here, and let's be real, it was a shock to them. They felt they had control of this situation, right? You've come in and you have cracked that foundation that did not serve you. What's your tarot? It needed to be done. One, I think that they're reflecting on their behavior, this being them, and how you always just had just a very centered place and you put up with their shit for way too long, right? But now, because you put up with just talking to my phone again, what I was saying, you've always dealt with this person emotionally centered, even if it was them that used to be flippant, nothing to say, they weren't speaking their truth, the unanswered questions. You always had understanding. Of recent, this collective tower, you were like, peace out, your tarot, cosmic trigger to do that, right? But they are now thinking there is no way in this world that this person collective is going to want to deal with me. They're seeing you as this. Prison of regret. They never had control of this. They're embarrassed. How did I think that this person thought I was their again, watch from part 1. So right now, this Hermit in reverse, 9 of Wands in reverse, is leading their emotion. They believe you want nothing to do with them. So they are protecting themselves, even though they want to come through their ego. But that's what's Phoenix rising, right? Anyone that's emotionally balanced and treats someone the way this person has treated you, they're going to come in and apologize, being with you or not, because they know their behavior's wrong. Where this person is still, unfortunately, and I know we're viewing you, but look at that, the progression of the swords. But unfortunately, it's that kind of feeling a little bit still tied to rejection trauma here. Hierophant, how spiritually connected you are. how you're very kind of in your values, your belief systems, right and wrong, right? Hierophant, head of the pack. Look at the strength they see in you. So you'd be intimidating them right now. You're coming out as more masculine energy. And we had that deviation about how you guys are really finally finding your balance, right? In their mind, not that they're like, oh, they're masculine, but the strength of assertiveness and boundaries. Your energy to them internally is reading more masculine, right? Because you found your voice. I want one more for that. I saw them straight away. I can't see how that they see you as that. Cosmic trigger. That was a cosmic trigger you got over their behavior. The being a follower, narcissist, disgrace, that first row turning them into the emperor. That's them. I think they had an intention to come through with some form of apology, but unfortunately their games backfired. They weren't seeing her right, naive, and you've got to remember they're embarrassed right now because they have been naive. They thought they had control of this whole thing, that you were just waiting there for them, right? That, like, this person's thinking, I've been delusional. So I think that is them again, because when they're thinking of you as a person, the main thing that's coming out is that you just would never want them again after what's been done here. And they could be questioning, thinking that they might have put you under the veil of being naive for a long time. They really could have. They really could have thought that you were naive, that they could just play their games with you. Which is a very narcissistic trait, because normal people don't think like that. Like, I know I say don't overgeneralize people, but like normal people don't really think to that extent. Oh, they're naive, my games work on them. Like, it's not normal. One more. Justice, your truth, your balance, you do what's right, you move with integrity, you've learnt your life lessons, but you do have a fairness to you, but fairness to a fault, this collective. Now they think they'll never get that again, but you're standing in your truth, right? And they're probably seeing you as you won't, and that you're the deliverer of justice. Watch from the beginning, right? They know, like, if they're seeing you as this kind of person, you wouldn't accept anything less. And this is probably why they're in such deep reflection right now as well, and paralyzed in fear, because they haven't completely developed this in themselves. Okay. I just want to get... That's their perspective, how they're seeing you as well. And I just want to see right now their deep feelings. We'll get intention, because you got this. I still can't believe you've got reconciliation as your first row with this. Still could take a few weeks though, this collective. Oh, there was a card there, on target. I didn't even notice that. That wasn't in the deck. The Archer. All right, let's just quickly reflect on their values, the justice, right? And makes sense with that Hierophant wanting to come out. And then reflecting on their Eight of Pentacles in reverse life. Okay, so they're going over the alignment of the values you guys share. Okay, all right, I want one more for that. That hasn't come out in any part. No one compares. They could be attached to someone. I don't think it's an ex, because it would have been shown, but it could be a family member, a friend, or maybe they did have some form of situationship in their life that they were kind of just going back. Like, if it was really repetitive, watch from the beginning. This is what they're reflecting on. I'm going to say emotionally attached to someone, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. I needed time and space to break free from whatever this connection was. But you've got no one compares over the top. So maybe they're reevaluating their decisions of kind of keeping you on a yo-yo here. Missing you, well, we know that. They are focused on money because of the values. I miss you, I wish things were different. You can see they're focused on money with that Eight of Pentacles in reverse and that Knight of Swords. They haven't been making the right decisions when it comes to finances and career, and that would overwhelm them. Their indecision, how long it's taken them to make their mind up, how much it's hurt you, the yo-yo. So you probably called them on this as well. How long it's taken for them to get their shit together. Runner, I don't want to run anymore. So underneath values, they know exactly what they've been doing. I don't want to run. You could be a runner, this collective, or they could be. So they're seeing you now as their soul connection. It must be written in the stars because you most definitely are my destiny. We belong together. So they're reflecting on decisions that they've made to attach to certain people. With this, no one compares. And one more for that. It's kind of that grass wasn't greener. You're mine. They could think you're attached to someone. You're mine. It's a bit of a possessive card. That I get so pissed knowing other people can have you. Is it toxic? Yeah, I don't care. I want the world to know that you're mine. Missing you. Oh, there it is. So maybe it is soon that it's coming in, but there's something you need that white wolf over with. I'll tell you right now, my angels, if this is coming in any sooner, then, oh, hold on, I've got to get my purple deck. If it's coming in this week, it is not time. You can see their perspective. Hold on. Let's just allocate, communicate, or confession. 7 days this deck. 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Nah, there's a... Okay, it's not this week. I don't want to say they're too full of themselves, but right now they're still emotionally unavailable. Good. You don't want to hear from this person this week. It's not time. So this missing you, I'll contact you soon. When's this contact going to be? She's got a lot of numbers on it. Do I want this or do I want days? Weeks. I actually feel we need to do weeks here. You want to hope this is at least 4 to 5 weeks, this collective. 2 weeks. Hold on. Let's see. 2 weeks. Oh, that's good. You got the butterfly. So making room for the new beginning that's on its way to you. Good. Communicate, compromise. So maybe 2 weeks. It might only take that long. I guess if that 3 to 4 weeks they've been stewing on this for the past 3 to 4 weeks, that would make sense. Whatever happens in the next 2 weeks, it's literally being driven by the depth of emotion for you, and they want to forgive and compromise and work it out. Right now, this week, they're still sitting in there too full of themselves. It's not that they're narcissistic, they're not self-aware. You can see it in their perspective, right? It's still not time. They come out of the shadows. So they are spying in a prison of regret. Watch from part 1. So in the next 2 weeks, when they move forward, it can really create a new beginning. If by chance you get something that comes through, that's boundary. That is, they are not, and you can see it, right? 2 weeks, my angels. And they will come through the right way. All right, focused on money. It's good that they've got this in value. Soul contract. So they're starting to really understand the power of your connection, that soulmate energy here. But let's go universally. This financial thing, it's part of your soul contract. This collective, you're destined to be head of the pack, finish first. Watch again. Of course, there's something bound to your soul contract about finances. They want to, so part of their indecision weren't at a place enough to be able to spoil you financially. I want to give you the world. It's that 10 of Cups life. Other people's opinions, bound to other people's opinions. Okay, perfect. So they're working on, perfect. So they're working on their self-love, which everyone needs to do. So they're feeling lost through it. You're feeling lost through it. But especially with that other opinions, I'm ready to leave a mindset that has not served me and hindered my growth. It's all transforming. It's phoenixing, right? What I want to do quickly, I just want to get those Divine Truth cards. So the next 2 weeks, what's going to push them to come forward? How are they going to be feeling next 2 weeks? Okay. So releasing those karmic attachments, it could be gossip, it could be friendships. So that's a big thing here that added to their arrogance. Maybe it was their friends that made them believe that you were just, there's something here that they feel really embarrassed that they thought they had control of this situation. That's when the apology comes through. So Salem just rang a bell. Everyone was talking about our relationship, but they were just jealous of our connection. I'm going to say it added to my arrogance. There was karmic attachments that wouldn't let me go and they were causing drama. So that makes sense with their self-sabotage. So this is good because it means there's been a release of something in their life that helps them come forward as well. By withholding love from you, I withheld love from myself. That's not good. One more for that. You want to hope they're breaking free from that. 3D. Oh, that's still not good. Oh, good. Shattered. So maybe it's them finally, because they're going through a phoenix right now, right? So maybe they start to understand I was programmed to just focus on tangible things that were right in front of me, but being shattered over it. But my old habits are breaking me down and a new version of me is being revealed. This is about you. I love the way you dress, smell, carry yourself. So there is something about your attractiveness. Yes. All right. Okay. So this situation here was adding to all the stress and you weren't even aware of it. So this person was listening to other people's opinions. It was draining them and they probably weren't even aware of it. Apology. Nervous. They will be nervous approaching you, but again, they're wanting to compromise, forgive and work it out. But when they come forward, they're going to be bricks. Because of their self-sabotage, the moonlight, you guys could really have a connection to the moon. But together, the way we found each other, we are meant to be together forever and eternity. They're going to make you a priority when it's time, right? Everything I say is for a reason. If this person pops up before that 2 weeks, even 3 weeks, I think is a short time for this collective. I think you've got another lesson of boundaries here. But because they're... Wait till they're truly nourished and you see the proper change. You feed my mind and nourish my soul. Your energy helps me keep going. Perfect pair. Okay. What we're going to do with tarot, I'm going to get... For some reason, I feel you're going to get approached when they're still in that self-involved energy. So I'm just going to ask when they come forward with the right action, when it's the right time, how are they going to approach you guys, your advice and what the outcome will be. How will they approach when it's the right time, so you're not confused. The Twin Flame Union card. The right time. How will they approach when it's the right time? Soul searching. Coming from a higher place, a higher perspective. Soul searching through maybe time alone. More of a spiritual outlook, right? You'll know straight away with how they approach you. With emotion, 9 of Cups. They'll make you feel good. They'll make you feel content. They're going to approach you when they see you as literally a wish for them, right? Someone that they want at their table. So they'll be putting in the right effort here. Focused, not confused, very decisive. You're going to feel this in them. I always say your body's the biggest sign, right? When someone approaches you, feel anxious, you feel overwhelmed, shouldn't I, they don't make you feel safe, it ain't time. When this person comes through, because they've got you center focus, they know what they want here, they're seeing you as a wish, they're going to feel to you a lot more emotionally balanced and emotionally mature, because you're going to see a change in them emotionally. You're going to see they're coming from a self-aware place. You're going to see they're coming from a higher perspective. This is where the compromise takes in, where this person's never compromised with. I don't even think they knew what the meaning of the word compromise was. So you're going to see it, right? They want victory. They want success. I always say when I'm reading love, that's like literally declaration of emotion. King of Cups, emotionally centered, warm, intuitively connected, right? I'm hearing wise. I'm hearing very emotionally intelligent. I just look, they're literally leading with cups. They're leading with emotion. They're leading with depth. That's when you'll know it's time. And a passion and desire for you. It will be forceful. It will be forceful, but I think there'll be a confidence behind it. This is it. Go for it. Like, I think this person is gonna, you will definitely see the right effort in here. But they might even lead with, they've been going through isolation and having time to reflect and really going within. They may even lead the conversation like that, right? Just with how much cups is here, I definitely think this person's going to be a lot more open. Very open. They're wanting a new beginning. Let's get one more. I'm just a bit surprised there's nothing here about regret of decisions, or that could come in with the King of Cups. This more seems like them really declaring what they've always envisioned for you guys, right? This, you're my wish granted, the harmony, blessings, abundance, security. I don't think it's that. It's more the long-term longevity that they want. But there it is, the betrayal, the Ten of Swords. As I was saying, I don't think that, why isn't that here? I do think they'll talk about this ending and this rock bottom and this Ten of Swords that you guys have had, but it'll be on a very emotionally intelligent but deep level, okay? And again, compromise. So a higher perspective to the whole situation. That's when it's the right time. So anything that is not like that, don't even, boundary, silence. Just let them brew into this energy. You guys have star. So when it's time, wish granted, serene, peace, calm, miracle card. Become yourself from a higher perspective. Cosmic being. Remember, she's cosmic child. But this again, wishes. This is funny. This says renewed. And I more am hearing, see the renewed, like this is a new approach. You've never seen this approach, right? But hope, healing, come from a healed place yourself. Out of all the numbers, I'm staring at that 17. 17 could be an important number here. Don't be foolish, but this can be a new... Don't be reckless, impulsive, or foolish, but this really could be the start of your new story. And remember, the Fool energy is around you right now. Universe's part, but just, again, peace, calm, center. You got the Ten of Cups. You really could have a fairy tale ending, right? Watch the whole reading. Emotionally balanced, peaceful, higher perspective yourself. Really remember what this means to you. I am hearing you can trust in it, but don't be impulsive, foolish, and reckless. Don't try and rush it. Don't try and rush from a broken connection to a Ten of Cups, but slow and steady, right? Yeah, there it is. I was looking at that Fool. You do need to protect yourself. You need to see the consistent effort. I say this to all of you guys, right? It's not just going to fix overnight. Remember boundaries, but gentle. You don't need to be, you know, but your needs and wants matter. And if this person's really ready, I always say one message ain't going to change anything. They'll put in the consistency, right? They are saying you do protect yourself to build trust. That's the logical thing to do. Trust does not grow overnight from something that has had a Ten of Swords through it. That you don't jump from a Ten of Swords to a Ten of Cups without effort, right? Okay. Wheel of Fortune outcome. So the wheels at play, it's always been a play, and it's going to be at play for your outcome. It's how this goes. And judge, you got wheel and judgment. So it's all how this interaction goes. Your outcome is still being guided by the heavens, right? So it's all how this goes, which is, again, everything I say. I think you have an approach coming sooner that you're not even meant to fall short to. I don't even think you're meant to respond to. There's a reason, and I don't think I've ever here said at this point how they're going to act when you should respond. There's a lesson here for you, right? So even your outcome, it is literally, it's not even set in stone. You've got judgment and the wheel here. So you remember this, right, collective, this has all started because you're learning to see yourself. You have to watch this whole reading. So without seeing yourself, you're just going to take 10 steps back, right? So remember the strength you found. Stay in that strength until you feel valued, until you yourself genuinely think they deserve to sit at your table, right? Most painful journey to get to this point, we find stillness because we realize ourselves, what we deserve, who we are. We learn to line up the right emotion. So we're very, very, very aware of who we let sip out of those cups. And that takes time to see, right? So it's literally not set in stone. I think, like we said, not set in stone. This is about it being stuck still, right? But I do think solid offer, yes, but it's going to take patience, hard work, even though it's solid, persistence, slow moving. So they're even going to, and that's the biggest thing I was feeling here as well. So even if you accept it at the right point, it's still about the dedicated effort and not letting your boundaries down just because you feel, oh my God, especially if a lesson for you is to not rush love. You've always gone 0 to 100. I always say, if you're going to repeat what you've done in the past and it broke in the past, it's going to break again, right? So yes, a solid offer may be coming. It's how you handle it, right? But the outcome is still stuck. It's not set in stone. So these next few weeks, again, if the universe is putting accelerations in other areas, manifesting miracles, this collective, focus on those things that make you feel peace within. Okay. Completion. Adventure. My little roller skates. You could have a memory with roller skates, but rollerblades. But I'm hearing have some adventure. And adventure could be coming for you as well. Trust in the divine. Your heart is protected. Clean sweep coming. You got the golden elephant with the windfall, manifesting miracles, abundance, and it's coming in quick. Luck is on your side. You didn't get the silver elephant, you got the gold one. Initials here, E, P, R, M, J, W, and H. Oh, that stupid timer, the initials, it was M, H, P, J, I don't even, it bloody, anyway. And then the last charm was your beautiful completion circle. And I said donuts. You could be eating a donut, or you could love donuts. It always reminds me of a donut. All right, 18th of the 10th could be important. 20th of the 10th, 20th of the 12th, 12th of the 5th, 5th of the 12th, the 5-5 portal, or 5th of the 5th, memory birthday. 18th of the 11th, 11, and 1. You could be seeing ones everywhere. Your destiny's unfolding. 11th of the 8th, 8th of the 11th, 11th of the 10th, 10th of the 11th. All right, my loves. I love you guys. Have a good day.